Hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy XII. We're doing hunts this time with our secondary party, specifically, and Larsa because of the point in the story we're in, so Larsa will make the hunts moderately easier, but they're easy at this point anyway, so it's not really a big deal. We're going to do Hunt 5 and 6 in this video because those are hunts I had already picked up that are not completed. You picked these up from the clan dude man, what's his name? Montblanc. Or whatever his name is, I don't remember. Either way, you can pick those up. We've started this one. So we have to visit Danya in the nomad village on the Giza Plains during the dry, which is her. And then she will tell you that it is easily frightened, but can be found to the east. For some reason, things are also lit up on the map. Why? I'm not entirely sure. Is it just the ones that are glowy? It is the ones that are glowy. But for what reason do we care that those are glowy? Anyway, she tells you it can be found. Yes, it radiates. Why is it on my map, though? Why do we care? Anyway, she tells you it can be found along the North Plain. However, it is easily frightened, so you must defeat every enemy, and I do mean every enemy. Then leave the zone and then come back in, and it should then spawn in the area. Hello, my bunny-based friend. May as well speed this up. These enemies are way below our level, as is the hunt, because this is a hunt you are intended to do far sooner than I actually did it, so you know, it's a thing. But anyway, that's all the monsters killed, I believe. We can zone back in. And we have done it, and you can tell we have done it because there are large red dots on the minimap up there which indicate hunt monsters. So you can see Cluckatrice over there. Starts with Protect and Haste, so if you are doing this at an appropriate level, it's probably not a bad idea to chuck a Dispel note at it. Just to reduce its ability to deal damage to you. Because you can take quite a lot of damage from this hunt. Even though it's only the 5th hunt, it is actually somewhat difficult because of its innate buffs as well as its friends here and its ability to cause slow, which is very annoying, but that's okay. As well as that. Its ability to cause Petrify, which is a thing in the early game that's highly likely you don't even have a means of dealing with, so. But we have defeated the main menace. These cockatrice are not very difficult to fight. They don't really do anything but auto attack, so. They do have a decent amount of health and a decent chance to dodge, so. Kind of annoying, but not too bad. Anyway, there you go. Cockatrice vanquished. So now we can go ahead and talk to the hunt provisioner. Is that what they're called? I don't know. The person that issued the hunt to us, which is Dania in the Giza village. I don't know why I said that like that, but I did. So here we are. So we get 1,000 gil, an amber armlet, and a rainbow egg, which is a special item. Not really a special item, but I'll go ahead and show it to you. It should be in loot. There it is. A large egg that scintillates with the colors of the rainbow as you walk around it. It's a thing to sell, which unlocks a bizarre good, I think. Maybe you need a few of them to unlock it. But either way, that is that hunt out of the way, so we can move on to the next hunt, which can be found in Boujurbe. Now, if you're not an idiot like I am and aren't accidentally selling all of your teleport stones, you can simply teleport to Boujurbe, but since we did that, I will show you the other means of getting to Boujurbe. I'm just pronouncing things oddly today, I don't know. I haven't done anything all day, so I've lost my mind. We can also use the Moogling with our friend here, Horny. He's horny. Head to the aerodrome and we can purchase a ticket for a flight from here to Boujurbe. Which is actually, I mean, in terms of late game costs, it's remarkably cheap, but it's not worth it over teleport stones unless you are attempting to get the item that can spawn on airships. Now, I have absolutely no idea how to get this item or which airship it's on. That'll be its own video anyway, so we're going to go via private cabin. The item in question is one of the ultimate weapons introduced in the Zodiac version of the game. Zodiac versions, considering it's in the International too. All of the ultimate weapons introduced in those versions of the game, this version included, it is one of two. You know how this works. They are in, as far as I'm aware, they are located in invisible chests, which have a remarkably low chance to spawn, and then have a remarkably low chance to give you the item in question. However, you can manipulate RNG in this game, so via a complicated series of tasks that you have to do prior to doing something. Because the way the RNG works in this game is that it essentially changes in a specific way every time you do something. So people can then figure out via what I assume to be deassembling the game, unassembling, I don't know, doing some sort of witchcraft and looking at hex memory numbers and stuff like that. They can figure out how to modify the RNG to get a specific outcome with a specific treasure chest and stuff like that. So, and it will always manipulate the RNG the same way if you always do it the same way. This is a street vendor, by the way. We will talk more about that manipulation when we actually get to doing it. But anyway, our hunt here involves Helica, which is this Moogle over here. I couldn't remember if it was the kid or the Moogle, but it involves the Moogle. If he would talk to me, please. Here we go. You will hunt the Rocktoise? Indeed. Your pet ran away. I'd given up on finding him, and I started hearing the rumors about a giant Titanoise wreaking havoc in the mines. My little toys slipped into the mines, and he absorbed magicite energy. By God. He's in Site 2 of the Lusu mines. So let's head back down to the Lusu mines, and then figure out where Site 2 is. If I recall correctly, I already know where it is, but we will have to, of course, check, so that I do not make a fool of myself and run the wrong way. Not that I've done that before or anything. Not that like I almost did that right then or anything. It's fine, I'm a professional. Leave it to me. I forgot you get hunt points, by the way, for doing all sorts of everything. So you can see I'm at 128. It doesn't increase your hunter rank unless you actually do the hunts themselves, though, as far as I'm aware. So the points, much like my favorite show in the world, mean absolutely nothing. So we'll go ahead and speed up. Site 2, there it is, yeah, is this place where we went to in this story and then got cut off before we could continue to Site 3. There is, of course, no reason for us to go into Site 3, so 67 XP. They're only level 8, so that's most certainly not worth the effort, but the 1 LP per kill, still worth. Now, it's not like we're lacking LP, because I'm not spending all of my LP for numerous reasons, but primarily I don't want to be absurdly more powerful than someone, say, watching this and playing along. I was about to see if that was a special enemy, but I don't think it was. Obviously, someone going through the storyline along with me would not have nearly the amount of LP that I have, but I'm also not spending it, so. Of course, there's also no real reason to spend the LP. Sure, I could get level 3 quickening for everyone in the party, but there's no need for it, so I don't know why I'm fighting all these enemies. It's not like it takes long, I guess, but thank God for speeding the game up. Hooray! Anyway, it's not like there's any need for level 3 quickening. Sure, it'll make boss fights easier, but it's highly unlikely someone watching this will have level 3 quickening, plus it kind of fucks the game balance over. Are those enemies not on the map? Oh, they're not on the map because they're over there, right? Anyway. Continue our means of traveling and murdering the local populace and leaving loot everywhere. So our friend the tortoise should be over in this room right here. Hanging out, playing Nintendo. He should be anyway. There he is. He's a rather large fellow. He's also rather tanky, as you probably suspect from an enemy such as a giant or tortoise. He doesn't really do much though. I mean, he spins a lot. If you don't have good healing capability and he does that spin twice in a row, it is possible for him to devastate quite a big chunk of your party, but there's also skeletons. You know, when he reaches critical health, just like every other turtle-based enemy in this game, he gets vastly higher defense. Which means once he's critical health, it can actually take a fair chunk of time to continue whittling him down. We are not going to go to Site 3, by the way. But anyway, that's that hunt down, so let us make our way back out. That treasure disappeared because I left it too long. I don't really care. I guess it's free gil that I'm leaving on the ground, but not too concerned about gil, considering I can just on my own time get unlimited gil if I wanted to, so. And unlimited LP, and unlimited XP, but you know. LP and gil are much easier to get than XP. In fact, I think LP is probably the easiest thing in the game to get. And then following that is gil, because you get gil mostly naturally as you're leveling. If you are just simply going through the storyline, not doing any extra grinding, you will be underleveled, obviously. Which I'm going to be underleveled, but if you're just going through the story, not doing any extra leveling, you're not going to have the gil to purchase all of the equipment that you need. Unless... Here we go, I was waiting for that guy to come back up. Fight me. Unless you are only running a party of 3 instead of a party of 6. If you're running a party of 3, it's possible that you can actually afford the equipment for all party members that are relevant, which would just be those 3. If you're running all 6 though, like I'm going to be doing, it's basically impossible to have enough gil to keep everyone equipped with the latest gear. Unless you're crazy over leveled, but you know, if you're crazy over leveled, you don't need the gear, so it's kind of self-defeating point there. Anyway, let's make our way back to the person who gave us the hunt originally. Turn it in, and then that will be it for this particular video. Not a particularly long video, but that's alright. Some of these hunt videos will be much longer, some of them will be much shorter. Considering I'm doing them in bundles, like I mentioned earlier. Anyway, hello Pilica. What a pal. And this is the creature that we just fought. Whose name is apparently Carbo. Accept this as a token of my thanks. 1200 gil, high potion, and survival vest. 2 high potions, specifically. Might I ask a favor? Sure. You forgot your diary on the 2nd floor of Cleo's Technics. He'll give us a merchant's armband. This is a thing that is entirely optional and actually doesn't, you know, the game doesn't tell you at all about it. Do I have to actually wear it? I don't think I do. Even though he says you do. I don't think it's actually a wearable piece, unfortunately. Nope. Anyway, we have to go to Cleo's Technics, which should be over here. If I can read maps properly, which sometimes I do have difficulty with, I will admit. Maps are complicated, yo. They got all these shapes and like directions and stuff. Like, what do you do? How do you read them? Anyway, we have to get to the 2nd floor. Hello, shop clerk. I don't actually know how to get to the 2nd floor. Hi, Cleo. What do you actually sell? Oh, that. I don't really care about that. There's so many Moogles in here. Staff only up here. Oh, this is the second floor? Guarded by Moogles? Alright, so where is this thing at? There it is. I'm a nice dude. Will abstain from actually lying. Key items. I don't think you can read it once you abstain from that, but it chronicles her day-to-day affairs. Totally should have read that. We would have learned some juicy details about her love interest. Anyway, make our way back to Pilica, hand this in, and then for realsies, I'm pretty sure that'll be it after that. It's not actually part of the hunt, but you know. You didn't read it, did you? I've done nothing. So we get a jade collar. Many thanks. So that's that. And the jade collar is an actual equipable thing. There it is. Improves chance of avoiding attacks. It is very, very good for whoever you decide to be your tank, because it reduces the incoming damage for them by a fair substantial amount, because avoided attacks obviously do 0 damage. So, but anyway, that's this video. I guess we'll do the hunts here instead of the hunts in Rabanastre because we're already here. It doesn't matter. That's for the next video. Thanks for watching. See you guys then.